What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. Thanks for checking out the channel. Got a really cool treat for you guys. It's almost Halloween time, so you know, trick or treat. Well, this is a treat, and talking about one of Godzilla's most intimidating and fearsome foes. Of course, we're talking about Destoroyah, one of the scariest kaiju out there. He straight up looks like the devil anyway, so very appropriate timing. This is the box of the Black Dragon Destoroyah kit I was just commissioned to work on. Very expensive and hard to find piece that's just like the rest of their kits that pretty much gets sold out the moment they launch and get put on all the other sites like eBay and everything, or Yahoo Japan for very ridiculous prices. This to kind of show you the parts. I had them laid out. Of course, they wouldn't even fit in any of the other buckets or anything to soak. Look at the size of that foot. It's you can tell as it's sitting in my hand. I mean, these things are just really huge, and this kit is so heavy. But the detail, as you see, is superb. Really great texturing, and just I knew this was going to be a really special piece. Again, for the prices that Black Dragon kits yield, they have to be top of the line in detail and sculpt. Absolutely. This is me just finally starting to get the main body together and throw on the shades of red, kind of trying to see what's working, what's not working. I know the client kind of gave me a reference pick of what he wanted the colors to be, and sometimes it's a little challenging to work off the reference kits without actually having the replicating the same colors exactly or the same lighting. So it's always a little harder when you're trying to kind of replicate a picture of someone else's kit. But we were working our way through there, kind of playing around with different reds and getting closer and closer to ultimately what the client wanted. Here you can see some of the detailing I was doing down the back. On the right side is where I was getting more of the vibrant reds that I wanted, and the left side still was the original kind of colors. Here I am just kind of positioning the wing, kind of just getting a sense of the size of it, and this is when I pretty much confirmed that I cannot ship this piece, unfortunately, assembled. This is going across the country. This is going to California, and that tail and those wings, in all likelihood, would not make the trip. And this kit is, again, way too rare and way too expensive to be taking that risk. So, of course, I'm shipping them all separate. Unfortunately, this is the way it has to be. But Destoroyah, one of the more popular monsters out there. He looks like the devil, and very appropriate for Halloween time. And of course, this kit being a full-on Destoroyah kit would look so fearsome. Like, he's just gonna look amazing. I can't wait to see him with the wings attached. This is pretty much the main body all finished up. You see the wings kind of sitting there, also drying from the sealant that I put on. I wanted to have him look a little more of a glossier look, because that's how he looks in the movie. He always looks like he's wet. He's got that very crustacean-like body going on, and yeah, so I thought that worked really well for him. He looks very much alive. Doesn't look like a rubber suit. So that was the idea behind that. And unfortunately, yeah, I don't have a lot of footage. I don't have a lot of videos because there's not a lot to take pictures of without it being fully attached. It kind of sucks that I don't have it all fully assembled. That's not the way I'd like to show it off, but it really isn't worth the risk. And I'd feel very confident that at least one of the wings would probably break off during shipping. Here you see the tail, again, also heavy, very fragile in certain areas, but you could just see the detail and just the texture and everything. I mean, in between the spaces of his kind of like his armor and the gaps, it's all really highly detailed and everything. And when you start to kind of put all these limbs together, the weight really adds up really fast. He's a really heavy solid piece. I mean, this guy would not survive a fall or anything. But just another thing that I wanted to do was, the client requested the honeycomb eyes, but the head was already attached, so it was a little challenging to kind of really create a texture of it, especially with the eyes on the sculpt being really flat. So I really had to play around with different layers to kind of try to create that effect that the monster has in the movie of having like those honeycomb, almost insectoid like eyes. But you can see here, it's a really commanding piece. Has a lot of presence. I'm sure he's gonna have a lot of shelf presence. They just really did a kick-ass job of providing a very menacing and terrifying version of Destroyer, especially at this size that it's way bigger than most of the other Destroyers that I've seen out there available in any market. Probably the biggest one. And I mean, this guy just really kind of exemplifies what Destroyer really is. This is me trying to kind of create an idea of what Destroyer is going to look like with the wings and everything attached. This is some really cheap photo editing, wannabe Photoshop shit, but you get the idea. Anyway, thank you guys for checking this out. Again, kind of sucks that I don't have it all assembled, but maybe I'll update this later with better pictures. Peace.